Live from Arkansas' streaming news leader, this is THV 11 Morning News at 7 on THV 11 Plus.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Hump Day. Thanks for joining us here on THV 11 Plus. Hope it's off to a good start as you get ready for work or school this morning.
Or maybe something else.
Maybe you took a PTO day.
Those are the only things you can do today.
That's it, work or school. That's it. I mean, maybe you took I had a PTO day yesterday.
You did.
I was off.
I hope you
still
enjoyed
got
it.
up super
It's
early.
great. I got a lot done. I got little man to school.
He got you up at 5:30 though, or
He
something
got
like
up
that.
early with the time change. He's not used to it. No, I got my oil changed. I got my tires rotated.
Oh,
I got the kitchen cleaned.
Those are some of the best days when you can just get things
Knock
done.
them out.
Podcasts, and I scrubbed the refrigerator, like the
yeah.
glass.
Nice.
Scrubbed the refrigerator, Tanner's clothes, my clothes, scrubbed the kitchen.
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like
Gosh, Dad of the Year.
cut the grass.
Yeah, I'm
it's
taking
great.
vacation
What
next
didn't you
week,
do?
and I'm going to finish decorating for the holidays, and I'm just going to do
Yeah.
things like that.
Are you going to get out of your pajamas?
Probably not.
I love it.
If y'all see me out and about, no, you didn't. Because
I kid you not. I'm going to get to traffic in just a second. I went to Conway to get my oil changed, and so I ended up. I was like, I'm going to go eat, and I dropped it off, and I walked across the bridge to go eat, like at walk-ons, and I was like, this is a lot of traffic. This is a little weird. But literally, so the point of that is, if I was literally in a hoodie and a hat, so I was like, if you saw some random dude in a sweatshirt walking across the bridge off Dave Ward, your boy going to get some wings at walk-ons.
please don't do that again.
No,
And
it's
I'm
safe.
sure the
There's sidewalk.
TVs too.
There's
You're
sidewalk.
watching the TVs.
Yeah.
Love it. All right. Well,
How's Dave Ward this morning?
Dave Ward is looking pretty good so
right.
far. Yeah, no issues in Conway right now. Conway always, maybe it's the roundabouts, don't have a lot of issues there in Conway. Just keeps them going.
Can I give a big shout out? Very easy walk, very safe. Shout out to Conway and the roundabouts. Felt very safe walking along the path.
Look at you.
On the crosswalks, yeah.
Well, good job, Conway.
Good job, Conway.
I like it. All right, well, you know what? All this talk, we better knock on wood. That's how it usually goes. Something will happen. We don't want to jinx Conway this morning. Yeah, but here's what's happening right now. We have a slowdown as usual at the North Terminal interchange. Not as backed up as we usually see on 40, but already slowing down on 57 southbound was 167. We also see it slowing down to on 30 westbound headed towards North Little Rock, across the Arkansas River Bridge. This is our slowdown on 30 eastbound right now. And looking a little bit slow in front of the Bass Pro Shop, but not too bad. But the closer that you get to Bryant or Benton, it's really slowing down there. So just give yourself some extra time if you're, you know what to do, because 30 eastbound is always slow. This is what it looks like on 430, looking back towards the Arkansas River right now. And we'll check those drive times, Tracy, here in just a little bit.
All right, things are looking pretty good out there. We've got Clinton around 2 miles for visibility here in central Arkansas. A little patchy at best, but luckily Arkadelphia came way up. They were down just a little bit earlier. But temperatures out there are a little bit warmer. They've actually gone down just a little bit. 46 right now in central Arkansas. We were breaking into the 50s earlier. Sometimes that happens right around that sunrise, and 39 in Clinton. So a mixed bag out there. Afternoons ahead, we got everything, friends. We've got 70s for the rest of this week. We should be around 66. Now we're going to drop well below that for those highs as we're heading into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we're going to bump back up into the 70s. Of course we are, Arkansas weather. But the mornings ahead are where the real weather story is. Again, it's starting to warm up a little bit as we're heading into the weekend, but as we are going into Monday and Tuesday morning, I have issued a weather impact advisory because these are our air temperatures, and we could see it a little bit cooler, and we could see those wind chills down in the 20s and even the teens to our north. So we'll talk more about that in today's beautiful weather hour by hour coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Tracy, thank you. We begin this morning with a breaking news update out of Louisville, where a UPS plane with 3 crew members on board crashed shortly after takeoff.
Authorities confirm at least 7 people are dead, 11 others are hurt. The crash then sparking a massive fire. Right now, police are saying anyone who lives within a mile of the airport should stay inside.
According to the FAA, the cargo plane was leaving Louisville on its way to Honolulu. Sherelle Hubbard has the very latest.
Quint 66, engine 78, engine 178, engine 81, Quint 76, battalion 76, respond on possible explosion, Fern Valley and Great Lane, 1715.
Towering flames and black smoke near Louisville, Kentucky's Muhammad Ali International Airport when a UPS plane crashed just after takeoff. According to a statement from the Federal Aviation Administration, Flight 2976 went down just after 5 p.m. local time and was headed to Honolulu.
Flight 2976 departed runway 17 right and went down 3 miles south of the airfield.
3 crew members were on the plane, according to a statement from UPS.
We all know somebody who works at UPS, and they're all texting their friends, their family, trying to make sure everyone is safe. Sadly, some of those texts are probably going to go unanswered.
Anybody who has seen the images and the video know how violent this crash is. And there are a lot of families that are going to be waiting and wondering for a period of time.
How many structures are involved?
Video shows flames in an auto recycling yard and semi-truck lot in an industrial area nearby. One witness says he saw debris flying from the sky.
Little white pieces of part of the plane. But yeah, there's definitely debris all through here.
The FAA and the National Transportation Safety Board are now investigating. I'm Sherelle Hubbard reporting.
All flights in and out of the airport had to be suspended for a while emergency crews responded to the crash. Louisville Muhammad Ali International Airport is the global air hub for UPS.
The government shutdown has now stretched into day 36, making it the longest in U.S. history, surpassing the 35-day record set back in 2019. The Senate once again failing to pass a short-term funding bill Tuesday night, the 14th failed vote so far. The vote once again falling short 54-44 with no new Democrats crossing the aisle. Both sides say talks are moving, with lawmakers hinting a deal could reopen the government sometime this week. The shutdown has furloughed thousands of federal workers and stalled key services nationwide. Senate Republicans will meet with President Trump this morning as pressure builds to end the stalemate. Meanwhile, the president says November SNAP benefits won't be released until Democrats reopen the government, while White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt clarifies he was referring to future uses of a contingency fund and that the administration is complying with the court order. The USDA will move ahead with partial payments, though advocates warn delays could stretch for weeks, and a court hearing is now set for Thursday.
As the government shutdown hits a new record, the impact is hitting home in Arkansas. At Helping Hand of Little Rock, the need is growing by the day. Shortly before 9 a.m., volunteers are already there bagging groceries for families waiting in long lines for food. Governor Sanders even joined volunteers helping hand out meals and listening to those affected by the shutdown. Arkansas Food Bank Director Brian Burton says the demand is alarming, warning that without SNAP support, even more families could struggle.
It's like a horror movie. I've never seen anything like this in my 30 years of doing this work. Bottom line for us is reopen the government, because when that happens, the floodgates of resources and our tax dollars are flowing. We're pleading and praying that the government will reopen soon.
State leaders and DHS officials are scheduled to meet tomorrow to talk about ways to ease the strain and try and find a long-term fix. If you or someone you know needs information about where to find food or other help, our THV 11 digital team has compiled a list of local food pantries and resources. Just text the word food to 501-376-1111. We'll send that information directly to your phone.
It was a strong night for Democrats, picking up key wins in New York, New Jersey, and Virginia. With victory speeches, candidates called the results a mandate for change and momentum for the future. Voters in California are also expected to pass Prop 50, the governor's plan to redraw congressional maps. Meanwhile, President Trump is weighing in on the results. Here is CBS's Jared Hill.
An election night sweep for Democrats. In New York City, Zoran Mamdani, a 34-year-old Democratic socialist, is set to become the Big Apple's first Muslim mayor.
Tonight you have delivered a mandate for change.
Next door in New Jersey, voters propelled Democratic Congresswoman Mikey Sherrill to the governorship after a tight race.
The future is now. Roll up your sleeves, let your passion flow. The country we carry in our hearts is waiting.
History made in Virginia. Former Democratic Congresswoman Abigail Spanberger is projected to become the Commonwealth's first woman governor.
Virginia chose pragmatism over partisanship.
On the other side of the country, California voters overwhelmingly appear to have approved Governor Gavin Newsom's Prop 50, a plan to temporarily redraw the state's congressional map to favor Democrats, a response to efforts by Republicans in Texas and other red states at the request of President Trump.
We need to see other states meet this moment head on as well, to recognize what we're up against in 2026.
CBS News exit polls show that for many voters, the economy and President Trump played a big role.
I think this vote, even though it's a local election, did have major impacts on how the two major parties have control across the country.
Overnight on social media, President Trump said pollsters blamed the GOP losses in part on the history-making government shutdown and posted this cryptic message. And so it begins. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
President Trump is now urging Senate Republicans to change the rules to advance voter reform and his other top priorities.
Here at home, Arkansas Attorney General Tim Griffin has once again rejected a student-drafted amendment that would give Arkansans a constitutional right to a clean and healthy environment. The University of Arkansas students behind the proposal want the legislature to protect the state's outdoors, natural resources, and public health. Griffin says the measure, though, is unclear, mainly over who governmental entities would be and what fundamental right it creates. According to the Arkansas Advocate, however, the students plan to revise and resubmit ahead of the 2026 vote. Now let's go back to Ashley King and a check of the traffic at this hour.
Yeah, it's looking pretty good so far, guys. We don't have any issues on our roadways just yet. Seeing some slowdowns, of course, which we typically see in the 7 o'clock hour, but no accidents to talk about. We can tell you exactly how slow it is going, though, so you can plan if you're about to leave the house and head out for this morning commute. Right now, it's a little bit slow on 57 southbound. It was 167 southbound, as you can see, 40 miles per hour, and 40 westbound at 33 miles per hour around the North Hills Boulevard exit, and then a little bit slow, too, if you're coming off of 40 onto Interstate 30 going westbound at 37 miles per hour, and then 30 eastbound. This is what it looks like. So if you're around anywhere from close to the 430 interchange past Bryant, you can see that it's moving a little bit slow this morning. And those are really the only two places we're really seeing some congestion. This is the Bryant Parkway exit right now. As you can see, eastbound on 30, a lot of congestion right now, Tracy. It's, as far as our drive times go, though, not really causing any major slowdowns, but we're going to get a closer look at that coming up.
All right. Well, weather's not causing any troubles this week, really. It's just a matter of carrying that light jacket in the morning and then in the afternoon making sure you can shed that jacket. Rain chances. Usually we see rain associated with frontal boundaries, but we've got a couple of fronts coming through. We're going to see some rain on Friday. Very light, if any, honestly. Mainly, I think we'll see some clouds. But we've got another front coming through on Saturday into Sunday. No rain associated with that, but it is going to bring some really colder weather. So let's take a look at all of that as we're timing it out. This is going to be Friday around 10 o'clock in the morning. Again, a lot of cloud cover there around 66, and around 6 p.m. we are seeing all of that move out of the state and 67 degrees. Now I'm jumping way ahead here to Monday morning. Temperatures will be around 34, so we have issued a weather impact advisory, and looking to our north we're looking at 20s, and then jumping ahead 24 hours as we're going into Tuesday morning, that air temperature is going to be around the low 30s, again below freezing, seeing 20s again in a few areas. We'll talk more about how long this bitter cold just might last coming up.